Archangel Michael says the moment you are about to step into is not ordinary. A curtain is being pulled back, revealing what you never thought possible. The person you trusted, the one who laughed with you, is holding a secret so heavy it bends the air around them. This is not just about friendship, it is about destiny. A truth is buried beneath smiles and casual words, waiting for the right second to break free. When it does, everything in your life will tilt, and you will never see things the same again. Stay right here, because this isn't random. This message has come to your ears at this exact moment because you are ready to know what others tried to keep hidden. What you are about to hear may shock you, but it will also free you. The story unfolding in the shadows is about loyalty, betrayal, and the kind of hidden truth that can't stay silent forever. You will understand why the signs kept chasing you: dreams, repeated numbers, whispers in your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Their eyes avoided yours that day, remember? They shifted the topic quickly, they smiled too fast, too wide, as if they wanted to cover something up. That was not coincidence, it was guilt, echoing in their body language. What they are hiding has power over you, and heaven is determined to break that power. For so long, you thought everything was safe, but the universe has watched carefully. The truth is rippling beneath the surface, begging to be revealed. Archangel Michael says the secret will not harm you, but it will test you. It will bring tears before it brings clarity, silence before it brings peace. You will be asked to face what others were too afraid to admit. When the truth comes, you will understand why certain doors were closed and why delays appeared in your path. It was never rejection, it was protection. Heaven has been shifting the pieces to keep you from falling into the wrong hands. Type Amen to get blessing 444. This is not about punishment, it is about revelation. A friend's hidden act has already changed the course of your journey, but soon, you will regain what was stolen in silence. Nothing can remain in darkness forever. The sleepless nights, the gut feelings, the way you sensed something was off, were all divine alarms. They weren't paranoia, they were preparation. You were being equipped to handle the storm that is about to pass. Stay with this message, don't scroll, don't run, because this is meant for you alone. The secret they carry could break your heart if you are unprepared. But right now, heaven is preparing you. You are not powerless. You are not naive. You are being guided to see the unseen, to feel the truth before it even arrives. And once you know, you will rise above the pain and step into freedom. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You must understand, my beloved, that not every smile is genuine. Not every hug is pure. And the one closest to you has been balancing between truth and deception. Their actions will soon be exposed in the most unexpected way. A conversation you weren't supposed to hear, a message you weren't supposed to see, it will arrive suddenly, like lightning splitting the sky. This won't be an accident. It will be divine timing. You will be in the right place, at the right time, when the mask slips. And in that moment, you will remember this message. You will say to yourself, this was the warning. This was the sign. And you will not fall, because you have already been prepared. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Archangel Michael says your heart stands on a narrow bridge tonight, and every step you take becomes a door that swings open to hidden rooms in your life. The silence around you holds a secret with your name carved into it, a secret guarded by someone you trust more than anyone. Write to comment "I am ready," because the next words arrive like footsteps you can finally hear. You feel it in the air that tastes like rain before the first drop touches the ground. The signs have been arranging themselves without noise, like pages turned by a wind you could not see. Your best friend has been walking beside you with a pocket full of revelations, heavy as stones and warm as bread. This secret did not begin in the afternoon or in a room lit by white light. It started where old choices whisper and new mercy breathes. It started when your spirit asked for protection and a hand you already knew decided to answer without claiming praise. You noticed the small shifts, even if you pushed them to the back of the shelf inside your mind. The sudden late replies that carried warmth but hid a second meaning. The careful smile that looked like a curtain closing while the stage behind it kept burning bright for you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There is something your best friend took upon themselves, like a coat that was not theirs, worn to keep your shoulders from freezing in a storm. The world pretends that loyalty is easy, but real loyalty bleeds in hidden places. Write to comment "I receive the truth," because the layer beneath the surface now opens. On a day you called ordinary, their phone carried messages they never let you read. Not because betrayal lived there, but because trouble tried to write your name and they crossed it out. They stood between you and a judgment that wanted to grow teeth, and they offered their own hand as the decoy. They walked into a room where your value was being measured by people who could not hold a scale steady. They spoke words that rethreaded your reputation like a torn sleeve stitched with invisible gold. The story those people told about you changed shape, not by accident, but because your friend pushed breath into a better version. They met someone who once misread you so completely that respect broke like thin glass. Your friend asked for a second hearing and placed themselves as collateral for your character. They promised to carry any fallout, and then they kept their promise when the fallout tried to arrive. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The hidden thing is not small and it is not easy. It cracked the timeline and stitched it again with threads of early mornings and uncounted favors. Your friend paid a cost in silent hours so your future could remain untangled. You sensed the edge of this, the way a bird senses the wind that has not yet moved the leaves. You sensed it when relief arrived without a clear reason, when paths smoothed under your feet with no sound of tools at work. Write to comment "Thank you for covering me," because gratitude has a way of finding its rightful address. There is also a gift sealed with your initials waiting behind a door you have not opened. It was not bought with money alone, but with patience, restraint, and courage that never asked to be seen. It sits under a blanket of secrecy because timing has been sacred around it. Your friend has been building a bridge to a meeting aligned for your rise. They shook hands in quiet corridors, and in those corridors the conversation moved your name from a doubtful list to a favored list. They removed a stone from your path and replaced it with a lantern. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You will hear the truth soon, like thunder that comes after the flash, and the timing will be perfect. Not late, not early, perfectly aligned with the new season opening like a sky that finally allows the sun through. The reveal will not simply inform you, it will mature you. Do not run from the feeling that is touching your chest now. It is not fear, it is recognition arriving with a calm step. It is the sense that someone you love has been braver than you knew and kinder than they claimed. Archangel Michael says the unseen service around you has been counted, and mercy now multiplies because gratitude changes mathematics. What was done for you in private gathers light and begins to glow in public places. Write to comment I honor quiet loyalty, and let your words wash the hidden work with appreciation. Your friend did not keep everything flawless, and that is part of the miracle. They made imperfect choices and then corrected them with humility, which is a higher currency than pride. They chose you again and again when convenience offered the opposite. Type Amen to get blessing 777. There was a document that could have tangled you, and a signature that could have been used against you. Your friend placed a boundary there and guarded it like a watchman who refuses to blink. They redirected the conversation until truth took the seat at the head of the table. There was a memory others misused when they spoke about you. Your friend turned that memory upright, set it on its feet, and taught it to speak accurately. The rumor that tried to run grew tired because your friend never stopped walking beside the truth. A door you thought refused you will open because your name was spoken with honor when you were not present. A project you thought expired will breathe again because care visited it at night when you slept. Write to comment revival is mine, because what rises now carries your imprint. Your friend hid their own fatigue behind a clean shirt and a steady voice. They removed thorns before you stepped, and when their hands bled they hid the cloth so you could keep moving. They called it nothing, but it was not nothing. Type Amen to get blessing 888. There is more than one secret in their keeping. One secret is protective, like a shield that never brags. Another secret looks like a seed they planted for you, a seed that needed darkness before it could break and push up through the soil with clarity. Your name stood in front of an opportunity that needed confirmation, and your friend delivered it without fanfare. They forwarded details, they vouched, they verified, and then they said nothing as you walked through a hallway that smelled like fresh paint. Timing kissed preparation, and preparation did not blush. Write to comment I am walking with wisdom, because intention matters in moments like this. You are not walking blind, you are walking guided, and the path knows your shoes. The ground remembers you, and the ground is ready. You will remember a conversation that seemed ordinary and now blazes with meaning. You will remember a small gift that felt random and now fits perfectly like a key landing inside the exact lock. The pattern forms in front of you, and you see what they have been carrying. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Your friend feared that you might misunderstand and call their protection deception. They feared that telling you too soon would break something still mending. They chose silence, not because you were unworthy, but because the secret required ripeness. There was a meeting scheduled without your knowledge, a soft negotiation where your next step was traded for the weight of old doubt. Your friend attended that meeting as if they were you and guarded your future as if it were a living child. The next phase already recognizes their voice as part of your victory. Archangel Michael says the loyalty you are about to see deserves celebration that does not disturb humility. Let the thanks rise like incense but keep the center of it clean. Write to comment I honor true friends, and let your words become a ribbon across a gift already addressed to you. The reveal may happen in a room with ordinary walls and a window that frames a simple street. Ordinary moments carry extraordinary keys, and the quiet aesthetics are part of the protection. The glory arrives wearing normal clothes so it can sit near you without attracting noise. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Your friend is not the only one involved. Someone older blessed this arrangement with a nod that mattered. Someone younger will receive the overflow, and the chain of goodness will not snap under the weight of your gratitude. The plan kept your heart from panic while the path changed its shoes. The plan kept your focus on what you could control. The plan allowed your spirit to soften enough to recognize the door when it opened. Write to comment I am ready for the door, because readiness itself is a key. The hinges were oiled while you slept. The handle is in reach and the metal feels warm. Your friend has also been saving proof, not to hold over you, but to hold under you like a floor you can trust. Receipts, messages, timestamps, names written in the margin of a notebook. When the time comes, the story will stand without wobble. Type Amen to get blessing 222. You will feel a swelling compassion for them and for yourself. You will feel the old ache loosen, the ache that made you second-guess love. The tightening band around your chest will release with a soft click. Your friend has been reshaping how others say your name. Not with loud speeches, but with steady presence that changes rooms. They did not sell you, they seated you. There is an introduction arranged like a staircase made of music. You will step up and feel the notes under your feet. The person at the top of those steps has waited to hear your voice, and your friend has tuned the room to your frequency. The fear that you are being played dissolves because truth does not play, truth aligns. The feeling that something is off will transform into the understanding that something is on. Write to comment alignment now, and let your words press the seal. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. There is also a small box in your friend's care, containing a symbol you once lost. It carries memory, scent, and warmth, and it returns like a bird that knows your hand. When you see it again, a year inside your chest will unclench. Your friend took a risk that cost them favor in a separate circle. They accepted the cost because your destiny is worth more than the applause of that circle. They chose the long road with you instead of the short stage without you. They kept quiet when they could have earned easy credit with your story. They refused to trade your trust for temporary reputation. They measured rightness higher than recognition. Write to comment loyalty over noise, because you are anchoring this atmosphere. Courage grows roots when gratitude waters it. The garden of your life responds to the weather of your words. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. The moment of unveiling will arrive like a window opening in a warm room. Fresh air will touch your face and your eyes will brighten. Relief will lift you by the shoulders and set you down in a field of clarity. You will notice the timeline of their sacrifice, and you will bless it instead of resenting it. You will honor the choice to wait until now, and your bond will shield itself from old patterns. The new chapter begins with a handshake that feels like sunrise. Archangel Michael says your household receives a covering that does not wear out. The same covering that protected you in secret will expand in the open. Write to comment grace on my house, and let the blessing settle. Your friend requires not payment, but partnership. They require not applause, but authenticity. Give them a seat at the table your miracle builds, and let the seat have their name carved in soft gold. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. The news you have been expecting without knowing what it was will appear on a day that looks ordinary. A note, a call, a doorbell, a gentle voice speaking from a familiar face. The atmosphere will thicken and then thin, leaving clarity standing where fog used to be. The resource that once hovered out of reach will step inside your reach. The place that once felt guarded will welcome you like a doorway that recognizes your shadow. Your friend will stand nearby and remain quiet, letting you speak first. Write to comment I step into rightful place, because placement is sacred. The floor you stand on owes you nothing, yet it smiles because your soles match its pattern. The room breathes in and out with your courage. The weight of misunderstanding drops off your shoulders like an old coat. The room hears the true story and nods. The future shuffles its cards and reveals the hand already chosen for you. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. You will also remember moments you misread and you will forgive yourself. You will remember the tightness in your throat and the nights you were sure you were alone. You were not alone, you were being carried by a friendship that knew the route better than your fear. Your best friend hid the heavy thing because they believed in your softness. They believed in your calling and wanted to preserve it from early noise. They were faithful over little things so that you could be faithful over larger things. Exhale the last of the old suspicion. Let your lungs learn the new air and your shoulders remember the meaning of rest. Write to comment I trust the process, because trust now has evidence. The next weeks bring confirmations that do not need decoding. They will be plain enough to honor your energy and gentle enough to protect your heart. You will not chase them, they will arrive and stand still. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The room where you once felt invisible will begin to turn toward you. The light will find your face without blinding your eyes. The conversation will carry your ideas with dignity and return them to you with interest. A letter of decision shifts in your favor because your friend softened the edges beforehand. A voice that once opposed you weakens because truth is patient and patience stays strong. Your steps will sound like new shoes on a clean floor. Write to comment doors open peacefully, because the tone matters. Your life does not have to shout to be powerful. Quiet authority sits in your chair and crosses its legs with poise. You will release any need to find fault in the one who protected you. You will release any urge to score the sacrifice. You will accept the gift and transform it into shared growth. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Your best friend deserves your clear gaze, your warm words, and your honest embrace. Speak to them with the depth they have earned, even if their humility waves it away. Let your gratitude plant trees that shade both of you. The next season invites collaboration that feels like a rhythm, not an argument. Ideas will pass between you like paper boats that always return with small treasures. Work becomes less heavy because love carries part of the weight. Write to comment partnership rising, because your future enjoys unity. The deadlines become doorways, the meetings become meals, and the plans remember to breathe. You do not chase, you align. You do not need to replay old doubts because the proof stands present. The story tells itself without your worry feeding it. The blessing sits down and refuses to be moved. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. There will be a night soon when the sky looks unusually close. You will walk, think, and feel the outline of your life settle like a cloak tailored for you. Peace will not whisper, it will hum inside your bones. Your friend will finally speak, not with drama, but with steadiness. They will share the weight they carried and the reasons they stayed silent. You will hear your name inside their sentences and it will land like a soft bell. Archangel Michael says the ledger of hidden kindness is now balanced with open honor. Nothing done for you in love is lost. Write to comment honor revealed, and let this be your public thank you. The truth will shock you in the way gentle rain shocks dry soil. It will surprise and soothe at the same time. It will ask you to grow and you will say yes without strain. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. Your steps will match the path so well that even your shadow relaxes. The doors that open will remain open because gratitude keeps hinges smooth. The people who mattered quietly will matter loudly, and the volume will not disturb the grace. You will bless your friend with clarity, support, and space to be human. You will stand beside them with the same loyalty they offered you. The bond will root deeper and taller at once. Write to comment I choose loyalty, because choices make futures. Today is not a random day. Today is the seam where two beautiful fabrics finally meet. The secret comes into daylight and loses its sharp edges. The daylight loves you, and the room answers by smiling. You step forward without flinching and your life nods yes. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. Your name feels safe in their mouth, and their name feels safe in yours. This is what trust looks like when it stops hiding. This is what love does when it has nothing to prove and everything to give. The surprise becomes a platform, not a cliff. You stand taller without standing on anyone. You grow without growing apart. Write to comment I walk in thanks, because thankfulness is fuel that never smokes the room. Your breath steadies and your eyes learn a new light. Your pace becomes your promise. Tonight your heart will understand that you were not being kept from truth, you were being guided into timing. The shock becomes sweetness. The sweetness teaches the soul to rest and then rise. Type Amen to get blessing 3333.